above target. And I want to mention something here. Amjad, when was your batch ended? Last Friday when we did overall class?
Yes, last Friday.
Last Friday. This means Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today is Monday, Tuesday. After 4 5 days, Amjad cleared PMP with all above target. Now, journey of Amjad is very good. So, Amjad, I will give you the mic. Whatever you want to tell, whatever you want to omit, this is on you. The journey. Please share your entire journey. The mic is with you, brother.
First of all, I would like to say thanks to Almighty God, and I really thankful to you, Amir. And my journey is very interesting. I found Amir, and he is an incredible mentor, coach, and teacher, whatever, and friend too. And the way he guide you, the way he transform you, uh, the way he teaches you, and the mind map you make is just kind of flow you go with. Uh, as you know, this exam is not about memorize the thing. It's all about how you practically uh, handle in the situation, in different situation, how uh, the exam is all about scenario based, and it always asks you what would you do if uh, it goes in that way or another way. So the Amir actually coach you and give you a kind of feeling that you are really working practically in the field, and whatever problems comes, you how you handle those problems or situations as a servant leader. So this servant leader is the key ace the PMP exam. Uh, I would give 10 out of 10 to Amir, who guided me all over this journey, and in this such a short of time, uh, uh, thanks to God that I cleared, and yeah.
Not just cleared. What was your score?
Yeah, it's all about above targets in all domains.
People above target, process above target, business environment above target. So three above target stands for something. It shows your consistency. Now I would like to add few things in the journey of Amjad. Now we started, he enrolled a few days before the exam, and he asked like, I want to clear as soon as possible. I'm not a guy who can wait. I said, okay. He said that, is it possible? I said, it depends on you. I will guide you. It depends on you. And even before starting the batch, he started working on it. And when we started the first week, we went with fundamentals, agile, stakeholder communication, team risk. Before starting the batch, he was done with all the topics, and he was actually studying the next topics. He has studied all the topics. I was sharing him videos of previous batch, and he asked me, do I have to come to the batch? I said, your choice. You want to come, it will be a revision. Otherwise, you can do questions. He started doing question. The batch was not ended. He started doing question. He attended the batch. He took a wise decision to have the revision of those topics. So once that was done, he was on track. Questions, working question. He's a full-time person having one children, son or daughter?
Daughter.
A beautiful daughter, and a wife with him. He lives in Canada, full-time job is doing all those things. And after the job, because his job is very hard, he's unable to do anything. But I remember whenever I'm texting, he replies, Saji, I am at job, I will go back at home, and even before dinner I will do something. Constant feedback from his side, constant working. And a very amazing thing happened. I woke up at 5 a.m. morning, and there was a missed call from Amjad. Actually, there were two missed calls, and I will tell a second missed call later on. One from Amjad. I called him back, and he said, Amjad, what were your words?
Yeah. So uh, I, uh, I thank to Amir first of all, and I told him that I cleared the exam.
No, no,
And
no, no. The exact words were, Amir, I'm gonna tell you. Please don't scold at me. I'm very hard with my students. So I said, what did you do? And then he told me, and the day started with an awesome way. Amjad, what did you say? That you cleared PMP exam with all above target. This was what a feeling I have. So Amjad, let's talk more about exam. Uh, so you started exam. Actually, Amjad, how did you decided for the exam? Can you tell that interesting thing? What was your
it,
plan? When did you book the exam? That will be a very interesting thing.
yeah, it was very interesting. Actually, I was supposed to do the mock, and I was preparing myself to do the mock, and it was like 3:15. And before going to mock, I went to the PMI website, and I just unintentionally I booked the exam, and I scheduled the exam at 4 o'clock. At 3:15, I was just uh, thinking that what to do, and I booked the exam at 4 o'clock. And as the 30 minutes before, you just have to ready. And at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I gave the exam without telling to Amir that I'm giving exam. So it happened suddenly, just in 45 minutes. I gave the exam, and after 4 hours, congratulations. So I was very, I mean, very happy, I would say. There is the outcome of the result. So
So am I. So am I. Because output was something that we both agreed. Now, this is called something as basic instinct. He followed his intuition. I don't recommend. He followed his intuition and he took the exam. So, how did you structure exam? How many time you give for the first section, second, and third?
yeah, the first section, I already made my mind that I would not spend unnecessary time and stucking on some questions. And almost I spent 75 minutes on first sections in 60 questions. And then next section, I spent like 83 to 84 minutes. And then the last section, I finished 4 minutes before. So I was really uh, putting concentration on the time management, as some of the questions were really lengthy. And
What
so
do you say? What do you define lengthy? How much long the questions were? How will you define the lengthy part?
so 3 4 lines statement, and the answers were the same, like it's a full sentence, not like 1 or 2 words. So the full sentence, you have to study thoroughly, read thoroughly that what they are asking. So I followed the your instructions, your key you gave us, that always first see what they are asking, what to do. I mean, by reading the last line, you can easily determine what the questions is about. And then I went to the 4 options, and the two of the options you can easily eliminate, and the rest 2 options always on the keywords. There are always some keywords in the questions where you need to put a little bit emphasize, and you will figure out what they're asking actually. So no need to stay on questions for a long time. Just decide whatever comes in your unconscious first and go ahead.
So again, following your basic instinct and intuition, how intuition has helped you. So I am basically a big believer of intuition myself. I am doing those courses from Mind Valley, and Vishan Lakhney actually talked a lot about this intuition. So do you take most of your life's decision by following this intuition of yours? Like you have some gut feeling and you do it. Is it like so?
Most most of the time, yes, I would say
Uh,
yes. I hear my heart than my mind. So most of the time, yes.
Okay, okay. So I'm just let's talk more about the time management. So how much you divide 60, 60, 60 time, time, time? How much time first, second, third?
The first is 75 minutes.
Mhm.
Second, uh, 84 to 85 minutes. And the last 76. So I remember that I finished the exam 4 minutes before. So the
Mm-hmm.
second part was little bit, I,
Tricky.
I would say, the lengthy the questions.
Okay.
So the last part was pretty easy and ongoing,
Straightforward. Okay.
straightforward.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did Mojde help you?
Oh yeah. So I would definitely say Mosde and Mina both they helped me. And Mosde, she followed up me that how's your preparation going on and what's the status on. So I really appreciate her cooperation and the support. It really helped me. And the
She's
Mina shared
awesome.
me.
Mojde and Mina both are awesome. Mojde is, guys, for all of you who are watching, Mojde and Mina both are all certified PMP. And I guess both of them are in Canada.
Mina is in US and Mosde in Canada.
Yeah, okay. So Mojde, so that is a very good thing. Today I was having conversation. She was speaking very high of you, and this is very good thing. Okay, let's talk more about the exam. Any formula question? I know you run away from the formulas. So any formula question?
Luckily, I was lucky enough. I didn't get any formula questions in my exam. Maybe two, and those were very pretty easy. You don't need any calculator or
So
anything to.
CPI, those formula questions were more related to CPI and SPI.
SPI and CPI, yes.
Good. Any critical path question?
One.
Do you have to make a critical path there, or you can, like, what was the question? Don't tell the
It was
exact question, the context of the question.
it was just scenario based, and you need to determine that. About the resource for like fast tracking and crashing the project. It was like
Okay. So did you watch the journey of schedule that I made 2 days back?
yes, I did.
Did that help?
That helped for sure.
Hmm. Because I am getting this feedback that journeys videos are even sometimes more effective than batch videos for like giving the short burst, but more of a revision kind of thing. Okay, which area was more targeted? Agile?
Uh, in my exam,
Yeah, yeah.
iterative.
Only your exam. We need just your feedback. That is the
Yeah,
purpose of. Yes.
it was predictive to iterative,
Mm-hmm.
predictive to agile,
Mm-hmm.
agile and scrum. And they
Okay.
focus
Okay.
on those four areas.
Okay.
No
So
XP,
the
no Kanban.
no XP, no Kanban. So whatever we have studied for Agile, that was more than enough.
100%. I mean,
Okay.
if you study that by that way you teach, and you actually make your mind map, and the questions are, when you see the question without looking into answer, you figure out what is the answer.
That is something that I will not give all the credit to mind map and my teaching thing. The more important thing was you did a lot of questions. Although we did only 2 full marks, I guess 2 or 3.
Yes, 2 full marks and
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
66,
questions.
but a lot of 60. I still remember, like, first we did random question, and Amjad was kind of tired. What are you doing, sir? I asked him give 60 question from people. He said okay. Then again he got a low score. I kept on forcing him to do 60 people question for 3 days, then 2 3 days process questions, because this is my belief. If you focus in this way, you can get the parts by parts. Then you can get overall more, and the only thing left is building the endurance. So how was exam about stakeholder communication? What do you say? How many questions on that topic?
Stakeholder part was like 8 to 10 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Communication 4 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the questions were from risk,
Okay.
uh, and 2 or 3 quality, procurement,
Okay.
2 3 procurement, and change request. Very few, like maybe 4 or 5.
Still,
Most of the questions were from actually the about the team confliction and virtual
conflict management.
conflict management, and on actually virtual teams, how you handle that. And yes, and schedule, I would say.
Okay. 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 So this is a good thing to understand how the questions were structuring. and what were the things that were working on this thing. Okay, Amjad, you have given us a good amount of information. What is your final advice for all the PMP aspirant?
I would say follow Mr. Amir whatever he says, and you will be certified PMP. That's
Thank you, guys. Guys who has not joined the batch program, or batch program is starting on actually 10 days left, and we have almost or 3 or 4 spots left. We only allow 20 students in the batch. You are one of the 20. Okay, Amjad. Now I need three things from you. First and most important, just as Mojda did for you, Meena did for you. Each one teach one. Each one teach one. Secondly, I need you to make PMP questions, exam like question, not the real question. We cannot do that. Exam like question. And third and most important thing, which I also said to you last night, your last night and my morning, enjoy. Your family suffered a lot, specifically in past 2 weeks. Of course, you were giving time from PMP to them. So this is a time to celebrate. Maybe also go on dinner also today. They earned it. They earned it. They give specific time. Thank you very much, Amjad. Thank you for giving time. Best of luck for all future endeavors.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you